SUV driven by a man in his 80s crashed into the food court area of the Daegwallyeong service area on the Yeongdong Expressway in Gangneung, Gangwon Province, injuring 16 people. The vehicle smashed through the glass front of the food court and came to a stop only after colliding with the kitchen area. Several diners were inside at the time and reportedly fled in shock. Among the injured, 3 suffered serious injuries and 3 had minor injuries. All 6 were transported to the hospital. 10 others were classified as non-emergency patients and received treatment at the scene. Police say the driver was not under the influence of alcohol or drugs and stated that he mistakenly pressed the accelerator. Authorities are currently investigating the exact cause of the accident. South Korea's 30.5 trillion won supplementary budget aimed at boosting the economy and consumer spending has grown by nearly 9.5 trillion won during preliminary reviews by parliamentary standing committees, bringing the total close to 40 trillion Korean won. As of today, 10 out of 13 committees, including Education, Interior, Health, and others, approved their sections and sent them to the Special Committee on Budget and Accounts. The largest increase came from the Education Committee, which added about 2.93 trillion won, followed by the Interior with 2.91 trillion won, and Health with 2.03 trillion won. Key additions include education grants, local consumer coupons, and national health insurance support. Other increases cover agriculture, culture, environment, science, and defense. Meanwhile, the Political Affairs Committee remains divided over debt relief funding. The Budget Committee is reviewing the overall totals. The Democratic Party aims to pass the budget by July 4th, while the People Power Party will decide after the final review. In local news, Busan recorded its first tropical night of the year yesterday with overnight temperatures in Junggu district staying at 25.9 degrees Celsius. This is the earliest tropical night since records began in 1914, coming 19 days earlier than last year. Tropical nights, when temperatures stay above 25 degrees overnight, can make sleep difficult and signal extreme heat. With today's high reaching 31 degrees Celsius and tonight's low expected at 25 degrees, authorities urge residents to stay hydrated and take precautions against heat-related illnesses. 19 hospitals in Busan have been selected for the Ministry of Health and Welfare's new Comprehensive Secondary General Hospital initiative. The program aims to strengthen mid-tier hospitals that serve as a bridge between local clinics and major tertiary hospitals. Selected hospitals span the eastern, western, and central regions of Busan. In total, 175 hospitals nationwide were designated. The government plans to invest over 2 trillion won over the next 3 years to improve essential regional healthcare services and expand the role of secondary general hospitals within the national medical system. In international news, the Dalai Lama has announced that his spiritual lineage will continue after his death, ending speculation that the 600-year-old institution might end with him. In a video message from Dharamshala, he said his office will follow tradition by consulting Buddhist leaders to identify a successor. And now for today's weather. The current weather in Busan is under a heat wave advisory with the temperatures at 32 degrees Celsius and partly cloudy skies. The temperature will average around 26 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BFM 부산 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Nick Greenwood. BFM 부산 영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
smile at someone, you often get a bigger smile in return. A simple kind word can echo back as unexpected kindness. Help someone in need, and one day help will find its way back to you. What we give to the world doesn't just disappear, it circles back. And sometimes the smallest actions bring the greatest returns. Well, hello there everybody, my name is Nick, and welcome to For Your Busan.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's kick things off with On a Ride by Red Velvet.
춤추는 시계 바늘은 quick 좀 더 멀리까지 just go go 새로운 문 넘어 falling in love 숨 돌릴 틈 없이 we're having fun more and more 이름 모를 꿈을 꾸는 듯 웃게 돼 with you ha 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 불꽃이 환히 터지는 타이밍 놓칠 수 없지 점점 더 커지는 thrill 가까워지잖아 you and me 내일이 우리만의 season yeah oops 지금 몰라 time 내 맘이 어디든지 끝없이 round and round like a dream oops we are on the ride 이 안에 재미 새롭게 느껴지는 vibe yeah oops we are on the ride 온 세상이 우리를 반겨 밤이 새도록 Oops, we are on the ride. Yeah, 꽉 잡아, hold me tight. 온종일 저 구름이 끝없이 떠올라 you and me. 계속될 우리만의 season. Yeah, oops, 지금 몰라 time. 함께면 어디든지 끝없이 round and round like a dream. Oops, we are on the ride. 꽉 잡아, hold me tight.
On a Ride by Red Velvet, our opening song this Wednesday. Hump Day here for Your Busan. Welcome one and all. Hope you're having a wonderful day, beating the heat and just enjoying life. My name is Nick and thank you for joining. Now, I want to ask, have you ever felt that something you did returned to you in a greater way? Now, when maybe you greet someone in an elevator, more often than not, they will smile and greet you back. Or maybe when I help somebody in need, even if I'm not expecting anything in return, I sometimes believe that kindness might find its way back to me someday. Some people believe that, of course. It's not, an of course thing. It's not bound to happen, but it might. And unlike these certain situations or returns, there is something that always does come back, and that is cashback. I feel like an advertisement right now. You might see me on TV doing a cashback advertisement, but the original meaning of cashback is a service where a customer using a debit card at a store could request to receive physical cash along with their purchase. And that's what it means in England. So In England, if you go to a supermarket and say, "Can I have cash back?" it's kind of just like an ATM machine, but the person just gives you money from your bank account. Very easy if you don't want to go to an ATM. So when I came to Korea, the nice 직원분 said, 뭐 캐시백 필요하시나요? And I was like, 예, 캐시백 주세요. And she looked at me like, so? And I was like, so give me money, please. But she didn't give me any money because it means something different in Korea. In Korea, cashback usually refers to a reward system where a portion of your spending is then returned to you, kind of like points, right? Now, one well-known example of cashback in Busan is 동백전, Busan's local currency. Now, since January this year, the city of Busan has been running a special cashback policy. Users can receive up to 7% cashback with a monthly spending limit of 500,000 won, and this program is set to continue through August. It's part of Busan's effort to boost the local economy and support small businesses. So, you get cashback and you help your local community at the same time. There you go. Not the cashback I was thinking of, but points are always nice, right? And that's kind of today's theme of the day. We'll talk more about that very soon. But first, we've got people coming in saying hello. Benny Nim coming in first. Strangely, Benny Nim was first and he said hello twice, but he didn't get the crown. I have no idea what this means. I don't know. I'm lost. But anyways, good to see you, Benny Nim. Saying hi, Nick, Ang PD and all. Happy hump day. Juliet Nim saying hello, everybody. Always handsome, cool Nick. Ang PD Nim, Hong Chaka Nim. Good afternoon. I love the shower of compliments on me, but nothing for our producer and our writer. Okay, I you know what? I'm fine with it because I got the praise. Good to see you, Juliet Nim. Also saying that there were some issues with yesterday's live stream disappearing. Now, often, you know, because this is a YouTube live stream, we are often at the mercy of the internet giant, which means if they don't like a certain song being played, of course, they can take it off and disqualify the live stream from being shown. So unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that. But you can always go onto BFM's website and listen to 다시 듣기. It's usually on there. We've also got Melly Nim. Good to see you, Melly, and saying hi, Nick, and everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Sangmin Park Nim as well, saying it's super hot. It is super hot indeed. Very hot. I took my own advice and I didn't walk to work today. I took the bus, and I'm so thankful. You know, I feel like I'm not getting my daily walking exercise, but I'm not sweating. I'm not dripping. So that's a positive, I think. Anyone else who wanted to come and say hello? Melly Nim saying super hot. I think super is the word of the day. It is super hot. Jin Lee Nim as well saying, hi Nick. Good to see you, Jin Lee Nim. Welcome to the show. It's fantastic to see you. Now, Juliet Nim had the crown. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about by the crown, 이 왕관이라는 것은요. On NotTube live chatting, some people get number one, some people get number two. I don't know how the rules work. Juliet Nim doesn't like it. She says, 왕관 거슬리네요. 마음에 안 들어요. Well, you know what? It's automatic. Nothing I can do. But I think Melly Nim has the crown today. So congratulations, Melly Nim. It's always changing, though. Just be aware of that. Right, if you wanted to message in, but you're not quite sure what to say, I'm going to give you the topic of the day. Today is about cashback, or Korean cashback, 캐시백, and points, and 적립, right? When you go to a store. 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요. 나는 카드를 사용할 때 캐시백이나 포인트를 잘 활용하는 편이다. 아니면 귀찮아서 포인트나 캐시백은 신경 쓰지 않는다. What side are you on? Are you the type to make use of points and cashback and use it whenever you have them? Or do you not really bother? Do you just think, it's only 몇백 won, right? Who needs that? If it was 10 years ago, I wouldn't have cared at all. I don't know why. 10 years ago, in my 20s, I didn't care about that. But now, in my 30s, I love points. Oh, seriously. I used to make fun of people who did points. And I was like, why do you do points? They're just taking your personal data. They're feeding you advertisements. They're kind of subconsciously or subliminally making you spend more money. And then I turned 30 and I use points all the time. If I don't get to do 정립, I feel a bit 찝찝해. So I've changed. I've become a victim of what I once hated. But they're great. I think they're great now. Let me know anyway. Are you the type to use cashback and points? Or are you the type not to bother? Send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 100 won, a Kakao Talk message, or a YouTube live comment. Now, for the next 2 hours, I am going to tell you what's going on in the show. Well, not for the next 2 hours. I will tell you what is coming up in the next 2 hours. We're going to have Busan Times, where we catch up on the day's top stories in Busan with Claire. Nick's Deep Dive, where I share my thoughts about everything in the world. Busan by Chance, discovering the familiar, yet unfamiliar side of Busan. And then in the second half, we have My Life, My English, Ask Me Anything, and of course, Busan Quiz Master. Today's Wednesday, which means pizza time. So lots of stuff going on today. Make sure you don't miss it. Now, coming up next, we have Busan Times, so don't go anywhere.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. It is now time for Busan Times with none other than Claire Kim giving us the lowdown. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right.
All right.
Surviving.
I'm just going to stop asking. I know every day is going to feel... Yeah.
You can surviving.
I can see the pain behind the smile.
Oh, today was horrible. I got lost in the car park. Not this car park.
Okay.
The other car park. The
What?
multi-stories. Those kind of.
How do you get lost? Is it like a
I
maze?
knew that I was on 5th floor,
Yeah.
but it was like in the middle, those kind. And I went both sides, it was nothing. And then you know how hot the car park gets?
They're so hot. Oh, wow.
I
Wow.
was like sweating.
Oh, my goodness. That's your nightmare.
I do not want to be here.
That's like claustrophobia in a car
And I was
park.
almost like, and I went up and then it wasn't there. And I'm like, where?
It's confusing because the ramps up sometimes aren't the ramps to go down.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know which one you have to
And
go
I
to.
took different elevator.
Oh.
So it made me more
before when you were
confused.
going to the car.
Yes.
I thought
And
you
I
meant
was
you were in the car and you couldn't
Oh,
get
no. I was out of the
Finding
car,
your car.
walking in the hot, stuffy
That's terrible.
car park
That's
in this
terrible.
weather. I just want to cry.
How long did it take you to escape?
I didn't know. I don't know. Maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. Well,
50.
that's a lot. Poor you. Anyway, before we dive in, I want to ask you today's text topic, which, are you a points person? I want to ask, actually, when you were in Australia, what did cashback mean? If you got...
Points?
Oh, is it in Australia?
Yes,
Is it
you
points
get
as well?
points, yes.
Oh, maybe then Korea and Australia use a similar system for cashback. Do you always get cashback, or you like 신경 쓰지 않는 편이에요?
I'm on top of it.
Of course you are. You bring all the news about it. So
Yes.
every time you do, you go shopping, you're like, oh, which points do I have?
Yes.
동백전 or this supermarket points.
Yeah, in Australia it was, and in Korea it's more like which credit card should I use for these shop these.
That's true, because a lot of the 대형마트, if you use a particular big S card, you get the benefits and
Yeah.
stuff. It's confusing, and I guess
really
it is.
confusing.
For me, I'm like, I don't want to fumble with different
Yes.
cards and different coupons.
And you
but-
have to remember.
and then an app as well. And, you know, it is like maybe you're saving like 200 on
Yes.
the $200 shopping spree or something. But what Melinim said is very true. What she said like, 티끌 모아 태산. Right.
That's right.
So that
It's
is
all
very
those
true.
5,000 won, like 5,000, 1,000, 2,000.
It adds up. In the moment, I'm really 귀찮아. But then
Yes.
I know at the end of a year, that's going to be like 몇십만 원, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
it is worth it. I have to change
I
my
hope
attitude.
So.
You hope so. The only thing in exchange is that they're taking all your data. And they're finding
know.
out your spending habits and everything.
I know, and it may sometimes maybe more spend more than what I should.
Exactly. That's the psychological trick they're using.
There's always saying 안 쓰면 영원.
Yeah,
If you don't spend, it's zero.
Exactly. I don't know. Anyway, this is not like a propaganda machine I'm talking here. We're here to talk about some things going on around Busan.
Yes.
What's the first bit of news?
Let's start with the weather alert that really set the tone for this week. Busan just recorded its earliest tropical night, 열대야, since meteorological records began. That's 111 years ago, back in 1914.
Oh, that's one for the books. When exactly did it happen?
It happened last night. According to the Busan Weather Agency, the official temperature in central Junggu district, Daecheongdong Observatory never dropped below 25.9 degrees Celsius all night.
And that meets the threshold for a tropical night, right?
Exactly. A tropical night, or 열대야 in Korean, is when the lowest temperature between 6:01 p.m. and 9 a.m. stays above 25 degrees Celsius. It might sound like just a warm night, but it's a serious public health issue.
No, it is. I know when you're in your antbang and then you've got the air conditioner or the fan going in there, and it seems like, oh, it's quite a nice day when you wake up, and then you walk into the living room and it's blasted by like steaming air. Yeah, it's crazy. But that's really dangerous, like you said. It can be more dangerous than hot days for some people.
You're right. Our bodies need cooler night temperatures to recover. So when it stays hot, it increases risk, especially for older adults, people with chronic illnesses, and even young kids. And the heat wasn't just in the city center.
That's rough. It's like the whole city couldn't cool down.
Yep. Dongdaegu district hit 25.6 degrees. Busan Jingu district logged 25.5 degrees, and even Bukgu, Gijanggun, Namgu, and Sasangu districts all stayed above 25 degrees Celsius. It was citywide.
And we're still feeling the effects.
Definitely. As of today, a heat wave warning is active for central Busan, and both the eastern and western districts are under heat advisories. The culprit, a constant stream of hot and humid southwest winds that are keeping the nighttime temperatures from dropping.
Okay, so this wasn't just a one-night anomaly then.
No, this pattern is expected to continue for the coming days with feels-like temperatures over 33 degrees, and some areas could even push above 35 degrees. The city is urging people to stay hydrated, avoid outdoor activities, especially in the afternoon, and use cooling equipment safely.
That's right, so stay cool out there, everyone. Let's treat this heat with some respect. Don't underestimate it.
Yes, indeed.
Before we move on, got some different opinions about points. Benny Nim says, I would use points because I really like to exhaust the reward points and turn it into money. That's the thing. You know, the big delivery company, you have to spend 19,000원 to be able to get free delivery. It makes you want to spend 20,000원 so you can get for the quick delivery.
Yeah.
It's good. And then English Wikinim said, kind of backs what I thought, I view points as a psychological trick used to get you to spend more, so I don't bother with it. It definitely does, but I guess I just fall for it sometimes. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I think there's a good balance to be had. And then Gosunim says,
over, like...
Yeah. Well, I can buy all of this like Hanu esque beef
just
and
to
stuff.
get 1,001 discount.
Exactly.
And you have to check.
Yeah.
Because it says sometimes it's like big discount. But
I never. It's like the shops that have like pagyak sale in 24/7 all throughout the year. Yeah, and it's never really a sale. Gorsunim says I'm not a point person. Okay, a bit of a mixed bag in the group, which is good. Now let's move on to our next one. To what are we talking about? Buses, autonomous vehicle pilot zones.
Now, from record heat to record innovation, Busan is making another leap toward becoming a mobility smart city. As of today, the Daeseong-Jungdong BRT corridor has officially been designated as a pilot zone for autonomous vehicles.
I've seen that route. It's a major stretch.
It is. The corridor runs 10.4 kilometers from Daeseong intersection in Dongdaegu district to Haeundae station, covering one of the most important BRT or bus rapid transit lines in the city.
So what does this designation actually mean?
It means Busan is about to start testing level 3 autonomous electric buses that can drive themselves under most conditions but still have a trained operator on board. The route itself is ideal because it already has dedicated bus-only lanes, smooth road geometry, and ties into existing subway and late-night bus routes.
So it sounds like we're about to see buses from the future.
Very much so. Each bus will carry up to 15 passengers, and they'll start with late-night service, running 3 times a week from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. This helps fill gaps in late-night public transport without the cost of full bus staffing.
So when does it start?
The full service begins in 2026 next year, but the trial runs begin this November and run through December. The city wants to test safety, reliability, and rider comfort before the official launch.
It's good they're easing into it. it can be quite scary to board a bus with no driver.
Without a driver, yes.
When I was in the US and parts of Europe last year, there were lots of cars with no drivers. I don't know if you know it, it's the WED brand. And I was just in San Francisco and there were just tons of cars with no drivers just driving around.
Did you take one?
I didn't, no.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I thought it was really cool. But then, there becomes the question is if there's an accident and someone's hurt, who takes responsibility?
Wow.
It's not driver fault. Does the big company pay out? They're going to have the best lawyers in the world. It's going to be tough. So I think it's good to ease into this to see how it does. It gives people a chance to try it.
Yes, and speaking of that, in September, Busan is launching 4 autonomous buses in the Osiria Tourism District. It's a public experience zone so that residents and tourists alike can ride, explore, and build trust in the technology.
So they're basically letting citizens be part of this futuristic rollout, right?
Exactly. It's smart. The goal is to expand autonomous transit options to more parts of the city and eventually create a system where anyone can access safe, smart public transport anytime, anywhere.
It's a great step toward Busan becoming a true mobility leader.
Yes.
I wonder how it's going to do. Sometimes you see the bus is just about to leave and you're running. Like, and you're like, no, please stop. If it was a human, depending on how nice they are, they would stop for you and wait.
And open the door again
But
for
a robot will just be like, see ya.
wouldn't even care.
I'm sorry, you're past the deadline. It's going to be cold and calculating. None of that tongue that bus drivers might show to you. Yeah.
There will be none of that.
Yeah.
No, like handshake.
Yeah.
Please.
No, please wait for me. Nope. Just trap the doors and
Shut the door and leave.
gone. It'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Thought of that. Yes, and that will be.
All right, now for something a bit breezier. Starting July the 7th, a new remote work center is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
What does that have?
Is with panoramic ocean view is opening at Korea Maritime and Ocean University.
So ocean view and remote work, that sounds like a dream job, I think.
Yes, it really is. The center is called the Mulmong Lounge, and it's on the 10th floor of the university's Industry Academia Hub building. Every seat has a view of the sea, and the atmosphere is designed for deep work, thoughtful rest, or both.
So mulmong is, please explain for those who don't know.
It comes from the Korean word for zoning out while gazing at water. The idea is to create a space that allows your brain to rest, reset, and think creatively.
I like all the variations of like mulmong.
Yes.
Is that 별멍? It's like looking at the stars.
You can make it up.
Oh, make it up. Why not? It's 한멍. I don't know. So that's really good. It's perfect for today's hybrid work crowd, I think.
Indeed, this is part of the Innovation Convergent Campus project and Busan's broader workation model, which blends work plus vacation. The city wants to attract professionals, researchers, and startup workers from outside Busan and offer them temporary housing, tourism vouchers, and networking programs.
So it's not just a place to check your email, it's a whole ecosystem.
Yes, the lounge includes private desks, conference rooms, phone booths, and amenities like Wi-Fi and printing. It's open to university staff, maritime researchers, and nearby professionals. And it's part of a bigger plan to connect Busan's marine industry, education sector, and young talent in one physical space.
It could become a real blueprint for other cities looking to attract remote workers.
That's the idea. Busan is betting on its marine identity and local lifestyle to draw in people who might otherwise choose Seoul or abroad. By integrating industry and lifestyle, it's building a new kind of career destination.
And it all kicks off next Monday?
That's right, July 7th. Anyone interested can visit www.busaness.com for more details on how to apply or use the facility.
Great stuff. Record-breaking nights, robot buses, and CV workspaces. There's always a lot going on in Busan.
Yes, even in the middle of heat wave.
Sure. Thank you for bringing all this to us, Claire, as usual. And don't get lost in a car park. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Not anymore. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we're going to take a song break. Don't go anywhere. This is Hot Sauce by Baby Monster.
Fire, go higher, wherever we are. Baby monster girls got that hot sauce. Everybody wants some but can't handle what I brought 'em. I'm like hot sauce. Everybody wants some but can't handle what I brought 'em. I don't think you're ready, feeling wasabi. Baby monster, bring the party. Step to the beat, came ready to eat. You know we bring the flavor. Turn up the heat, they calling us beast, calling monster behavior. Hot sauce, hot sauce. Everybody wants some, but can't handle what I brought up. I'm like hot sauce, hot sauce. Everybody wants some, but can't handle what I brought up. I'm a little bit of everything, whole lot of energy. 100 miles an hour, you will never get ahead of me. Thinking it a lemonade, thinking it a remedy. Ask me how I do it, it's a secret recipe. But you never ever put a fire like this. Carrot and I rip a kind of vibe like this. Pink on a pepper, I'm stirring the pot. Get what I get, cause I got what I got. We'll do this all night, baby, we don't get tired. The kind of energy that never expires. Red, yellow, green, now you know what I mean, yeah. About to set it on fire. Hot sauce. Everybody wants some, but can't handle what I brought them. I'm like hot sauce, hot sauce. Everybody wants some, but can't handle what I brought them. Hold up, fire, go higher, wherever we are. Baby monster girls got that fire, go higher, wherever we are. Baby monster girls got that hot sauce. Too hot sauce. Yeah, baby monster got that hot sauce. Too hot sauce. Yeah, baby monster got that.
니게 탐구생활. Do you enjoy traveling? If you've a trip planned, even packing your bag the night before can be an exciting experience. You think about what clothes to wear at each destination and what you'll need along the way, and then you pack your suitcase. That suitcase stays with you throughout your journey. But when the trip is over and you finally return home, what's the first thing you do? Many people probably say, there's no place like home, and head straight for the bed, maybe even placing their suitcase on it, ready to unpack later. But here's a tip. Don't do that. Unpack your suitcase first. Why? Because recent studies have found that travel suitcases carry more bacteria than a toilet. According to a recent report, a travel insurance company in the UK conducted a study that found suitcase wheels contain about 58 times more bacteria than a public toilet seat. So 58 times more. Pretty unbelievable. How can a suitcase get that dirty? Well, researchers found that high levels of bacteria on the suitcase wheels, bottom, and handles were present. They even discovered traces of black mold on the wheels and base, which can lead to respiratory issues or allergies. So what should we do? Experts recommend washing your hands after handling suitcases and always wiping down the outside before placing it on your bed or couch. If you're heading off on a summer vacation this year, don't just throw your suitcase on the bed when you get home. I don't know about anyone else. 근데 저는 개인적으로 침대에 수트케이스를 올린 적이 없는 것 같아요. Have you, Ang PD? Have you ever put your suitcase on the bed? Who? 작가님. This is 작가님 writes this, by the way. Do you put your suitcase on the bed? That's disgusting. Don't do that. So much bacteria. 58 times more than a toilet. Did you know? According to this article, anyway. So, yeah, unpack it straight away. That's the best thing to do. Don't put it on your bed. Maybe on a table or a bench, but then clean that bench or table afterwards. All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. It's 4:34 in the afternoon. We've got some messages coming in. Some related to the text topic. Now, the text topic is about points and 적립 at a supermarket. 나는 카드를 사용할 때 캐시백이나 포인트를 잘 활용하는 편인가요? 아니면 귀찮아서 포인트나 캐시백은 신경 쓰지 않는 편인가요? Are you the type to utilize points when you have them, when you go shopping, or do you not bother? We had Juliet Nim a little bit earlier saying, if there are points at my cards and applications, without question, I have to use them up. 근데 사실은 까먹고 안 쓰는 경우가 많고 유효 기간이 있다면 못 쓰고 지나간 경우도 많아요. That's true. If you remember and they haven't expired and you have them, use them for sure. But then if you didn't have the points, would you have done the spending in the first place? I think that's how they trick you into spending stuff, right? Thanks for your message. We also have Sanjagnim saying 좋은 하루 되세요. Welcome to the show, Sanjagnim. And also said 늘 잘 듣고 있습니다. 최고야요. 감사합니다, Sanjagnim. Welcome to the show as well. Hope you're having a fantastic day. My apologies. We also have 해보자 끝까지님. I love that positive name. Saying, did you say hello earlier? I don't think they said hello, but they did come in saying, 오, 진짜 감사합니다. I don't know what you're thankful for, but it's lovely to have you here, 해보자님. Welcome to the show. 소희님 as well. Hello, how you doing? Saying, hi, Nick. 친구들, 안녕하세요. And then 좋아요 눌렀습니다라고 하셨어요. 감사합니다, 소희님. Good to have you here, and I hope you're bearing through the day. Also, about the hot weather, I think English Wikinim said they grew up in Texas, so they don't mind walking in this weather. Fair enough. Now, I have some people I know from Arizona, and they say they don't mind the Arizonian heat, but in Korea, it's a humid heat, right? There's a lot of humidity and wetness in the air, whereas some part Texas, I don't know, is Texas a humid place or is it a dry place? Maybe if it's dry, it's a bit more bearable. I'm sure it's still not pleasant though, right? Anyway, keep sending your messages to me. We did have one more message from a new listener, 7297번님, saying 태어나서 처음으로 부산 여행 가요. Wow, 부산에서 꼭 먹어야 하는 음식이 있을까요? Wow, now there's so much you can eat. You know what, I might leave this up to some of the listeners. 7297번님 asks, what is some things in Busan you have to eat? 부산에서 꼭 먹어야 하는 음식이 뭐가 있을까요? Because it's their first time ever coming to Busan, give some recommendations. Of course, there is the standard, 돼지국밥, 밀면. Those are standard. Personally, I would say go to 자갈치 시장 and have some good raw fish. Amazing there. But if anyone else has any suggestions, please feel free to suggest them and I'll read them out. So keep sending the messages in and don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we do have Gina in the studio. Before that, though, this is Life is Cool by Boy Next Door.
절들긴 아직 이르게 Singing life is short This is not a love song Hi 오랜만이야 보고 싶었어 우리끼리 얼마만인지 얼마나 지나 분위긴 좋고 흥에 겨운 노래 부르지 아까 전에 비해서 살짝 알딸딸해 내 얼굴이 붙든 말든지 상관 안 해 가벼운 말 의미 없는 말해도 하하 웃음지 가자 좋은 배짱이처럼 기타 치고 들어 누워 춤도 추기 싫은 날인데 눈치 보지 말고 웃어 Singing life is cool 절대긴 아직 이르게 Singing life is short This is not a love song oh, oh. Life is cool oh, oh. Life is so sweet I feel for right 일 얘기 뒤로 하고 우리 딱 두자만 oh we Don't care about why 멀쩡할 땐 못했던 얘기나 해볼까나 오늘 한 명도 빠지지마 보이 next door assemble 물론 애기는 기가 좋지 은하기는 빼고 우리가 약속했던 모두가 청춘의 symbol 복숭아 나무는 없어도 Turn up 음식인데 장르 상관없어 묵질 않은데 정신은 말짱해 자야 시간은 남았는데 알람 goes off at 4am 지금도 간당간당해 오늘만은 잠들기 싫어 바람 따라가 구름처럼 흘러가는 대로 즐겨 yeah. 춤도 추기 싫은 날인데 눈치 보지 말고 웃어 Singing life is cool 절대긴 아직 이르게 yeah. Singing life is short This is not a love song oh, oh. Life is cool oh, oh. 똑똑 아무도 없어 아무나 나랑 좀 놀아줘 왜 또 결국 오늘도 남은 집에 남겨져 있는 초다새스니까 나와 이제 언제와 나 심심해
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. It is 4:40 in the afternoon. We've got a couple of messages coming in. We had a 0976번님 saying, 날이 너무 더우니 오늘 라디오에서 흘러나오는 시원한 노래가 좋습니다. I'm glad you like it. It is all Ang PD님's choice. So, yeah, round of applause to Ang PD님. Well done. Very 시원한 노래들. We also had Ziznim saying, 닉쌤 방송 들을 때마다 딕션도 너무 좋고 긍정적 에너지를 얻는 것 같아서 항상 감사합니다. 완전 꿀 보이스. 오늘 하루도 잘 될 것 같은 기분 4시가 기다려져요. 아이고 Ziznim 감사합니다. That's very kind of you to say. But you know what? Who has more of a 꿀 voice than me? Especially when it comes to singing? It's Gina.
안녕하세요. Hi guys.
How you doing, Gina?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
Yeah.
Have a good
summer. Have a good rest. I didn't see you last week.
Oh, yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah. Get up to much? No, just this and that, some shady stuff. I want to ask you today's text topic,
Sure.
which is, are you the type to use cashback and points, or do you not bother?
100% use the cashback person.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. In what situations? Like just everyday shopping as well?
I mean, because if you don't use it, you actually 까먹어 sometimes. Like you actually forgot it. So I actually put it in the memo to use it sometimes.
쓰라고.
Yeah. And 언제까지 쓰는지.
Because if you don't use it, then there is that 그 만료 기간 돼가지고,
past
and then
the
it's
deadline.
gone. Yeah. What I like about, especially like 카카오땡, it gives you like 30 days before something expires. It tells you, 곧 만료됩니다. So you can like 연장해. But I don't think a lot of these points, they don't want you to spend them, I think. But it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
This segment is where you take us on a journey through parts of Busan that you find pretty and interesting and nice, and then you give us a busking session at the end.
Sure.
So where are you taking us today?
So since it's summer, it's actually super hot at daytime. So I'd like to take you guys on some night walks. So today I brought 3 places that I go for night walks often.
Okay, night walks.
Yes.
I do love seeing... there's a different beauty in Korea in the daytime in Busan. It's beautiful, especially now when there's lots of green out, lots of blue in the sky. But then at nighttime, it transforms into multicolored discotheque neon, which is also beautiful in its own right. So great, night walks. Where are we going? Let's have a look.
So the first one, as we can see from this photo, I mean, there's not actually a specific name for this place. It's actually on the way from Namcheon to Yeongho-dong. So you can, there is like a 산책로. 산책로?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So you can see Gwangan Bridge there.
That's near the big steakhouse, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, right.
I do like that steakhouse, quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
that's beautiful. You never really look at the Gwangan-daegyo from that angle.
Not
Usually it's from the beach itself or from Marine City.
Yes.
But there you got quite a unique angle. The cars coming down there too.
It's actually the entrance, like if you go a little bit further, it's the entrance to get onto the Gwangan Bridge.
Right.
For cars, I mean. Yeah, so I mean, because I live in Gwangan, so I often walk from Namcheon to Yeongho-dong for the night walks. It's probably like almost like 2 kilometers.
In this heat?
Maybe.
You know we had 열대야 recently.
열대야?
The tropical, really hot, like above 25-degree nights. It can't be 시원해 at all. It's got to be still like really like stuffy outside.
Sure, but I mean it's still better than the daytime. So
true.
Yeah.
And you got that 해풍, right? You got that sea breeze coming in.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
Beautiful.
Like when I walk here, I usually listen Day 6 songs with my earphones.
You love days. I know Ang PD usually prepares a day 6. 혹시 there is. Oh,
thank you so much.
역시. I was thinking, and for anyone who's wondering, at the end of this first half, there is a Day 6 song just for Gina, I think. Every Wednesday is Day 6 day. That's very nice. It's very nice of her, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the first place, a nice view of Gwangan-daegyo. Now,
The second one is...
ooh.
Guess where it is?
무서워. That is like a horror movie setting.
I mean, I was actually...
Beneath that light, you're going to see like a shadow of like a little girl with holding a bloody teddy bear.
It reminds me David Lynch's movies.
Which ones does he do?
Like because he does like lots of movies about dreams.
Okay.
That's why it's like, like dreams like Mulholland Drive.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, inside of the dreams.
And you walk to these places by yourself?
Not really.
Okay.
With my friends.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
it's going to be too scary. if
I wouldn't walk there by myself. I would turn around,
Oh.
I think.
I mean, I was kind of trying to brag the, photo taking skills for this one. Actually,
It is
but
phenomenal.
That's why I got this one here.
The fog under the light, the volumetrics right there are beautiful, and it gives a lot of depth to it, I think.
Thank you. Can you see the letters? There's actually Hwangyangsan.
Yeah, why is that so bright? Like everything is dark, and then there is blue neon bright. How did you take that?
I think there are lights because it's actually the entrance for the car parking lot.
Yeah.
So that's why there are lights, the 간판에 비추고 for cautions, for the cars to see that clearly.
You captured it very well. It's very cinematic. We had Raration님 saying 저 뿌연 거 보기만 해도 엄청 습해 보이네요.
엄청, wow.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
And with the first one, he said, 와, 사진 속으로 풍덩 뛰어들고 싶어요.
With Day6 songs.
With Daisy. Maybe, if that's your thing, you can do. Brilliant. So this was on the way to Hwangyangsan, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the way to the parking lot.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Now, if we go to the next photo,
Yeah.
What do we have?
The third one, sorry. That's me.
That's you with different hair.
Yes.
Okay, when was this photo?
I was quite a long time ago. It's probably 5 years ago or something.
Oh, wow.
It's
You keep old photos on your
Sure,
phone.
yeah. I keep all of them on clouds.
Yeah, fair enough. So where are you looking at?
This place is actually pretty close to
Is it
방송국.
수영강?
Yeah, 수영강.
You know how I recognize it?
Oh.
The fence, or the fence that is in front of you. It's a very distinct wooden fence. Quite
That's
square.
why- Yeah.
And I guess in the distance I can see the bridge over there with the lights on it, right? Connecting Suyong and Centum.
Yeah.
Oh, I should be a detective.
수영강, yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, I used to work in Centum City. I used to work in the company here.
Yeah.
So this was one of my favorite places before.
Okay.
For like lunch break or something,
Mm-hmm.
or after like a long day work, just get all of the stress just by walking there. So yeah. So
It
I
looks
mean,
like it.
so I still walk from Gwangan to Suyeonggang sometimes.
Oh.
It's kind of far, right?
You're a walker, yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
do
kinda-
like walking.
yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. I do love to walk as well. And seeing these, especially that sky, it's beautiful. It almost looks like a Van Gogh painting. It's very swirly, almost abstract looking.
Thank you.
We had viewer discretion is advised Nim saying, what a scenic masterpiece.
Wow.
And then Juliet Nim says, 계속 예전 사진 보여주시네요. Maybe her skills have disappeared
Yeah,
these
요새
days.
너무 더워가지고.
Yeah, there you
just
go.
Stay at home a lot.
Yeah, your skills disappear with age, I think. as well. Anyway, so those are some beautiful places that you have shown us.
Sure.
Now, you are going to be singing for us, right? A bit of busking time. Always enjoy it. I did enjoy, I think the last one you did was Moon River. Was that the last one?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. That was very nice. So what are you going to be singing for us today?
So today is another Korean song. It's called 어떤 날들 by Stella Jang.
Take it away.
Yep. 어떤
많이 들은 노래 가락의 눈물이 아침에는 짜증에 후회가 가득 저녁 시간 동네 친구와 그만 낯선 좋은 오늘 하루 어떤 날들은 아무 이유 없이 눈물이 흐르고 또 어떤 날은 하늘만 봐도 가슴이 벅차네 오랜만에 반가운 노래의 웃음이 늦은 시간 성수동의 와인 파티 술을 주는 친구와 즐거운 그 가싹 좋은 오늘 하루 어떤 날들은 아무 이유 없이 눈물이 흐르고 또 어떤 날은 하늘만 봐도 가슴이 벅차네 썩 좋은 오늘 하루 Thank you so much.
Beautiful as always. That was a rendition of Stella Chang, 어떤 날들. We had, of course, messages coming in. Viewer discretion is advised him saying, a feast to my ears. I hope I become someone who's prestigious enough like her to sing on BFM once in the future.
Wow.
Hey, if you're a good singer, even if you're not, you know, you can pretend you are, we won't know. And come and sing, you know, we would probably accept that. 한국인의 라이프 진아님, welcome to the show, saying 석양과 함께 듣고 싶네요. 편안해진다. It's amazing. And then also Rarationim saying 잠시나마 더위를 잊을 수 있는 아름다운 선율이었습니다라고 하셨어요. Beautiful tones, yeah, loved it. Very peaceful. Can forget about that heat outside for a moment. Angelic voice, people said. And 고수님 earlier said it's time to clean my ears out. He said it was like what is it? 귀 청소하는 시간이라. So, thank you so much, Gina. It was lovely.
Thank you.
For this hot Wednesday. And I'll see you next week.
See you.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
All right, everyone, we're going to wrap up the first half here. Don't go anywhere. This is, you guessed it, Day 6 with I Loved You.
난 너를 원망해 또 너와의 시간을 미워해 너를 잃어버린 날 모든 게 무의미해 그리워하지 않아 난 네가 보고 싶은 게 아냐 난 내게 쥐어준 너의 사랑 기억해내고 싶어
부산영어방송.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다 축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산, 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다. 쉽지 않은 오늘이지만 가게 문을 열고 새로운 길을 찾고 더 나은 내일을 준비하는 사람들이 있습니다. 청년, 소상공인, 중소기업. 이 도시를 움직이는 지역경제의 주체입니다. 작은 아이디어 하나가 골목을 바꾸고 햇살 아래 땀방울이 지역경제를 다시 일으킵니다. 청년, 소상공인, 중소기업. 경제의 중심은 바로 당신입니다. 이 캠페인은 부산경제의 미래를 준비하는 종합지원 플랫폼 부산경제진흥원이 함께합니다.
During the summer monsoon season, Korea is often met with heavy rainfalls. Various accidents, including landslides and building collapses due to weak grounds, may occur during this time. So here are some tips that could keep you safe from long and wet monsoon season in Korea. First, regularly check and maintain water and drainage channels. Second, fix objects that could be blown away by severe wind, such as boards, TV networks, and others. Third, residents who live near areas prone to landslides, flooding, and sinkholes should be aware of the location of a nearby shelter as directed by authorities. And lastly, be aware of getting electric shocks. Always take preventive measures when using electric appliances to protect against electric shocks. Above all, staying informed of what to do is the most important. Tune in to BEFM 부산영어방송 for emergency broadcast. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
포열 부산 아닙니까? 원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열 부산.
포열 부산.
할까요? 포열 부산. 잠깐만요.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
Welcome back to another episode of My Life, My English with me, Yoon Seo-jin. This is the show where we meet everyday people and hear how English has changed their lives. Today we're joined by a guest, Shim Eun-hee. Could you share a bit of your background?
My name is Shim Eun-hee and I run bookshop at Yongho-dong. At my bookshop, I manage several programs, English study sessions, iPad drawing classes, picture book workshops, and literary reading clubs.
That sounds wonderful. Running a bookshop is something I truly admire. But I'm curious, what made you want to start learning English?
When I was a high school student, I liked my English teacher, so I studied English very hard. Even after graduating, I didn't stop studying English because I genuinely enjoyed it. As I mentioned, I used to watch and read original materials on my own, but I sometimes felt it would be better to have friends to study with. Everyone has their own reason for studying English. Whatever your reason is, I hope you enjoy the process.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Sometimes there really is one inspiring teacher who makes all the difference. So thinking back, how did you actually start learning English more seriously for the first time?
I taught English to children for over 10 years, which allowed me to explore a wide range of English books and effective ways of learning the language. When I opened my bookshop, I naturally started attracting people who wanted to continue studying English. Now we meet every Tuesday. It helps to preview the material individually beforehand so you can get more out of the group study.
Must be really proud. Were there any memorable moments that stood out while you were running a bookshops?
I feel most proud when visitors to my bookshop are satisfied with their progress. Some of them improve their English skills significantly. Some publish their own books through my publishing company, and others create beautiful postcards or merchandise based on their own illustrations. Seeing those achievements makes me proud of what we do here.
Wow. Okay, so with all the exposure to English, what kind of English books do you personally enjoy reading?
Personally, I prefer to read original works in English. For example, most people know about Harry Potter. We have either read the books or watched the movies. So why not try reading them in English from now on? There are many other famous storybooks that have been translated into Korean as well. If we read them in English, we can learn more expressions and notice how the feeling is different from the Korean version. I also enjoy watching American TV series. I often watch them without looking at subtitles, and sometimes I just listen to them while doing house chores. By comparing the English audio with the subtitles, I learned amazing new expressions. I believe using native materials help us learn not only the language but also the culture behind it.
Yeah, language and culture go hand in hand, indeed. And since you're already so immersed in English, I'm also curious, what's next for you on your English journey?
If a native English writer wants to publish a book in Korea, I can help with the Korean translation through my publishing company. It's my hope that I can continue to embrace English more naturally in both my work and everyday life.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Living with language rather than learning it. Thank you so much, Euni-님, for sharing your story with us today.
Thank you.
That was Simuni-님. Thank you for joining us. My Life, My English, we air every Wednesday at around 5 p.m. So we hope to see you.
Thank you to Yoon Seo-jin-nim for bringing us today as well. Nim, I guess I should call everyone Nim, shouldn't I think. But thank you for bringing us today's My Life, My English. And the interviewee today was Shim Euni-nim. Now, they run a bookshop in Yeongho-dong, offering various programs like English study groups, drawing classes, and book clubs too. And her passion for English began with an inspiring teacher, and she's continued learning through teaching, reading original books, and watching American TV series too. Looking ahead, she said she hopes to publish English books in Korea and embrace English more naturally in her everyday life and work. And I think it's really inspirational that she incorporates the language she loves to learn into her lifestyle, into her livelihood. And I think that's one of the key ways to grow in a language as well. So fantastic segment as always. We have this every single Wednesday to hear the English journeys of the people in Busan. Well, the time is now 5:06 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. It is hump day. Hope you're feeling good. Hopefully you're beating the heat. We've got some messages coming in right now. Viewer discretion is advised, Nim. Very nice earlier. Said, is it just me or does DJ Licknook look handsome? I'm not sure anymore. Why aren't you sure anymore? But I know they've left the chat. They had to get back to work, they said. I'll take that as a compliment nonetheless. We've also got 만학도 영어님. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Saying 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은 뭔가요? 다른 분들은 답글 다시 보낸 거 보니까 카드 포인트와 관련된 내용인 것 같은데요. I'll read you today's text topic one more time. Today's text topic is, are you the type to utilize cashback and points, rewards, or can you not be bothered? 나는 카드를 사용할 때 캐시백이나 포인트를 잘 활용하는 편인가요? 아니면 귀찮아서 포인트나 캐시백은 신경 쓰지 않는 편이신가요? Let me know. Everyone is different. We've got people who love to use it, some people who think it's a trick. I'm kind of in the middle. The older I've gotten, the more I use it. And you know, even if they are tricking me, I don't mind, because I get a bit of satisfaction from thinking at least that I've saved some money. So that's good right there. So send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101, a KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment. Now, coming up next, we do have everybody's favorite. We've got Busan Quiz Master. This is your opportunity to win a prize by answering a text or a quiz, basically. If you get it right, you could be chosen. And because it is Wednesday, we have pizza on the line, so there is a lot to play for. Now, don't go anywhere. We will be back with Quizmaster. Before that, we're going to take a song break. This is X by Wonus.
Call me X, 조금 별나대도 breaking your heart. Call me X, 나를 담아 계속 wanna be like. I'm going up, up, up to the top, top, top. 새로움의 눈을 떠 tonight, night, night. Let's go. 머릿속은 like a midnight taxi. 종잡을 수 없는 left and right. Cause I'm getting crazy, 무한히 펼쳐진 Supersonic universe는 너와 나. 천천히 들여다봐 알 수 없어. 샅샅이 찾아낸 some part of mine. 미지의 세계 위에 You will never found me. 거류하게 된 your heart. You could never dismiss. 새겨도 we're freaking hot. 숨겨왔던 본능을 터뜨려 now. 새로워진 universe. Look at me now. Right now. Call me X, 조금 별나대도 breaking your heart. Call me X, 나를 담아 계속 wanna be like. I'm going up, up, up to the top, top, top. 새로움의 눈을 떠 tonight, night, night. Let's go. I'm freaky, alright. Freaky, alright. 달려가 popping, no stop, no stop. 난 규칙 앞에 root 가는 말 수 없는 move. 지금 우리 함께 pop, 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 la, la, la. Yeah, you know what it is. Feel the X in my blood. 왕승 below my love. Break it up, ain't no fear. Pop it up, 모두 clear. 아기 없는 내 feeling. 아찔하게도 thrilling. Don't dish your this is cool. 닿지 못한 my groove. 벗어난 날 막는 line. 한순간에 깨트려 과감한 drive. 빨라지는 my own vibe. Keep holding now. Right now. Call me X, 조금 별나대도 breaking your heart. Call me X, 나를 담아 계속 wanna be like. I'm going up, up, up to the top, top, top. 새로움의 눈을 떠 tonight, night, night. Let's go. Everybody 잠시 던져놓고 달려가. So turn it up loud. No stopping us now. 두렵지 않아. Call me X, 조금 별나대도 breaking your heart. Call me X, 나를 담아 계속 wanna be like. I'm going up, up, up to the top, top, top. 새로움의 눈을 떠 tonight, night, night. Let's go. I'm freaky, alright. 달려가 popping, no stop. 난 규칙 앞에 root 가는 말 수 없는 move. 지금 우리 함께 pop, 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 la, la, la.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Before we move on, we do have a PSA to read. This is an emergency broadcast from BEFM. The Ministry of the Interior and Safety has issued this PSA at 4:01 p.m., July the 2nd, 2025, for the following areas: Busan, 중구, 서구, 동구, 영도구, 남구, 해운대구, 사하구, 강서구, 수영구, 기장군, 울산, 중구, 남구, 동부, 북구, 전남, 여수시, 고흥군, 강진군, 무안군, 영광군, 경남, 사천시, 거제시, 고성군, 전북, 남원시, 임실군, 순창군. As of 4 p.m. on July the 2nd, 2025, a heatwave warning has been issued over 경남, 사천, 거제, 고성, 부산, 부산 동부, 부산 서부, eastern and western Busan, 울산, 울산 동부, 전남, 고흥, 여수, 강진, 무안, 영광, 전북, 임실, 순창, 남원 regions. When you go out with the elderly, those in physically weak conditions, patients and others at home, ask relatives or neighbors to look in on them and check in via phone and others. Children or people who live away from their parents should frequently call to check in with their parents. Drink a lot of water and do not drink caffeinated or alcoholic beverages. Avoid outdoor activities as much as possible. When you go out, wear light clothing, wide-brimmed hats, and make sure you have water bottles with you. For construction sites and others, you must abide by heatwave safety guidelines, water, shade, and rest. Actively implement heatwave break time systems during the hottest times. When you are outside, or if you don't have air conditioners or cooling systems at home, go to nearby heat shelters during the hottest times to escape the heat. For livestock, keep the temperature from rising by ventilating, spraying water, keeping the appropriate number of livestock inside sheds. For farmed fish, monitor them consistently and supply them with plenty of oxygen. This was a message from the Ministry of the Interior and Safety. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be back with Quiz Master. Welcome back, everyone. It is now time for Busan Quiz Master. I hope you're all doing well. Before that, though, we do want to read some messages. We have our viewer discretion advised name is back, saying, I think I can keep watching this a bit longer since the guest is running an hour late. There you go. There you go. Wait until the last minute. If they come, tell them why you're late. You're going to have to continue watching till the end of the show, right? We have Manakdo Young and them also messaging how they use their card. Well, not the card, sorry, their points. Saying 저는 카드 포인트 전혀 안 쓰는 사람인데 제가 교실을 빌려 쓰고 있는 곳에 매니저님이 한 번씩 제가 쓰는 각종 카드의 포인트들을 현금으로 찾아주십니다. That's very nice. So even a while ago, they got 13,800 won in points, and that came back to them in cash. I guess that's pretty good. So sometimes it does have its benefits, like a nice surprise every now and then. That's awesome. All right. Anyway, it is now time for Quiz Master, your chance to win a prize. Today, Wednesday, pizza. You know what to do. Get messaging in for your chance to have a wonderful pizza on this day. I actually had pizza last week. It was really good. Shouldn't have it every day. It's not good for you. But it's nice on occasion. And maybe this could be your occasion. Okay? All right, today's quiz is Busan Subway. Now, the Busan Metro first opened in 1985 with 17 stations, making Busan the second city in South Korea and the third on the Korean peninsula to have a metro system. There are 6 lines, 158 stations in total. So every Wednesday we are bringing one subway station in the Busan Metro. If you think you know the answer, send it to us and you could win the prize. 네, 부산의 한 지하철역에 관한 힌트를 듣고 어떤 역에 대한 이야기인지 맞춰주시면 됩니다. 자, 오늘은 어떤 역으로 떠나볼까요? Let us know if you think you know the answer. I'm going to give you hint number 1. First hint. This station is located in Donggu District. There you go. I feel like I just read a huge list of like Donggu, Seogu, and now I have to do it again. It is in the Donggu district. This station provides a connection to one of the key railway stations in Busan. So it provides a connection, a connector to a key railway station. So I guess it means that this railway station is not a key one. It might have its feelings hurt if it's not a key one. Number 3, hint number 3, the area around exits 6, 8 and 10 features terraced flower beds. That's very pretty. So exits 6, 8 and 10. There are flower beds on terraces. Like a terrace is like a veranda, I guess. It's kind of lifted in the air and it's slightly outside. Flower beds, that's beautiful, on 3 of the exits. If you exit through exit 4, you can eat some pretty good Chinese food. A lot of Chinese food. And as of 2024, this station has an average of 46,867 passengers per day. There you go. If you think you know the answer, send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101, or a Kakao Talk message. We'll be right back with more hints after a song. This is Chair by Han Roro.
날아가지 못하고 내 앞에 있는 넌 마음속에 무언가 반짝이고 있어 나는 들을 수 있어 꼭 안아주던 몇 분 전에 너처럼 널 다시 뭉쳐내려면 나는 나를 울어야 한데도 무섭지 않아 너의 뼈대 사이 피었던 곰팡이는 사실과 틀렸던 걸 나의 꿈은 여전해 조언을 구르다 만개의 다른 꿈에 걸음이 되는 것 너의 손을 잡을게 방금 피어난 또 다른 꿈이 있어 널 다시 뭉쳐내려면 너는 나를 울어야 한데도 무섭지 않아 너의 곁에 사이 피었던 곰팡이는 사실과 틀렸던 걸 알아 난 그저 멍청한 같은 하나에 웃곤했는데 넌 그저 꿈속에 날 지켜주려 했던 것뿐인데 나의 모든 게 그저 흩어져가네 잡을 수 없네 너의 모든 게 그저 흩어져가네 잡을 수 없네 너의 모든 게
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is now 5:20 in the afternoon on a hump day, and we're in the middle of Quiz Master. I asked you, where is this subway station? Some of the hints I gave was it was in the Donggu district. It provides a connection to one of the key railway stations in Busan. Lots of flower beds, good Chinese food nearby, lots of passengers. I'm going to give you some more hints, read some messages. We have Byungnim, welcome to the show, Byungnim, saying 부산역? Thank you. 권정일님 answering the question and also says 카드 포인트는 신용카드 대금 결제할 때 사용해요 라고 하셨어요. Fair enough. Thank you for both messages in one message. Both answers in one message. Also, we have 만학도영은님 saying 부산역. Viewer discretion님 saying, is it 초량? Raration님, as always, 평소처럼 너무 어려워요 라고 하셨어요. Take a stab at it. Take a random guess. 멜리님 saying 부산역. Juliet님 saying 중앙역. And then go, 진짜 부산역이에요? I'm not going to tell you the answer. Juliet님 also said 자갈치역. Lots of different answers. I think you're not off in terms of location. You're not too far away from it, I think. Viewer discretion님 saying, I don't recall Busan Station having an exit 10, but I could be wrong. And then saying, is it Pomil? And then saying, my pub trans nerdiness is exploding. I had to think about what you meant for a second, but I assume you mean public transportation nerdiness is exploding. You seem to know your stuff, but we'll find out if you are correct. 상윤님, welcome to the show, saying 부산진역. Okay, 부산진역, good guess. Juliet님 saying 초량 이바국길역. I don't think there is an 이바국길역. There's a 초량역, but I don't think there's one that goes right to 이바국길. It's a really cool place. Actually, in 이바국길 there is a thing, a cable tram, a tram that goes up the ondok, right? It goes up. I guess that's kind of like a train, and it has a station because you have to go in there and sit inside the tram. So I guess you could technically be right, but anyway, that's besides the point. More messages. Viewer discretion님 saying there are only 2 stations that have 10th exit, which is Pomil and Choryang. I bet Pomil. Okay, all right. Any more? 만학도영어님 saying 지하철역 중에 수정역이 있던가요? I don't know. Sounds familiar. There is. Yeah, 수정. Oh, I know. Yeah, because it sounds like editing station, right? There you go. Modifying station. I remember laughing at that. It's a cool name. Oh, and then viewer님 saying, yeah, 수정역이 있습니다. 2호선. Oh, there you go. Anyway, I'm going to give you some more hints. There is a health donation staircase at exit 7 of this station. Health donation staircase. Whatever that means. Hint number 7. This is the second busiest station on Busan Metro Line 1 after Seomyeon Station. So on Line 1, Seomyeon역 is the busiest. Understandably, it's like slap bang in the center of Busan basically. But this station is number 2 on the 1호선, right? Next hint. This station has a lot of late night bus routes. A lot of 심야 buses come through here. They have the 508, the 1000, the 1001, and 1003. And the number of visitors is more than local residents of this station. I think that's a big hint. So more than like 부산 사람들, there are lots of tourists, 관광객들. They come here and they do a lot of... Okay, a health donation staircase is... okay. I still don't know what that means. 기부 건강 계단? That's just a translation. Do you give stuff as you walk up the stairs? 올라가면서 뭘 좀 기부하는 건가요? 뭐 옷이나 뭐. What is it? I'm not sure. Still not sure what it is. I don't go to this station very often. There you go. What, really? Oh, sorry, I'm reading this. Okay. 사람이 이용할 때마다 1인당 10원씩 기부금 적립된다고 합니다. That's really cool. So you can donate just by walking. What if you like run up and down, up and down, up and down? Then it gives more money? That's really cool. I didn't know that. Okay, I've learned something new today as well. Anyway. Yeah, those are the hints. Those are all the hints. Send your messages to #9050, 샵 9050, to cost you 101 or a Kakao message. We'll be back with the answer and the winner after a song. We're going to listen to Busan by Damon's Year.
내게 남은 너의 향기가 이제는 희미해져서 나는 어떤 그리움으로 살아가야 하나 눈에 보이는 기억은 찬란하고 분홍빛을 띄어 내 눈에 비치는 모든 원생을 못 본 채였었네 나의 주변에는 너와 비교되는 것이 없어서 나도 모르게 누구를 만날 때마다 빗대어보고 쉬운 만남과 이별은 한 번도 내겐 없었는데 텅 빈 곁을 채우기 위한 나쁜 생각을 해 푸른 바다가 반짝인 어느 날 그대 식은 손을 잡고 눈을 마주치다 입을 맞췄던 다신 오지 않을 그날을 나는 잊지 못할 낯선 그리움으로 시간 이야기라는 건 누가 뱉은 거짓말이야 사랑은 사랑으로 잊어간다는 뻔한 가슴 말도 나의 시간과 기억은 그대로 거기에 멈춰서 굳어져가네 이뤄져가네 난 여전히 너의 자리에서 있어 네가 알던 모습과 달라도 아무리 다른 길을 다시 돌고 돌아도 나도 모르게 너에게 푸른 바다가 반짝인 어느 날 그대 식은 손을 잡고 눈을 마주치다 입을 맞췄던 다시 오지 않을 그날을 나는 잊지 못할 낯선
Welcome back, everybody. Before we move on, this is an emergency broadcast from BEFM. The Ministry of the Interior and Safety has issued this PSA at 4:01 p.m. July the 2nd, 2025 for the following areas. Busan, 중구, 서구, 동구, 영도구, 남구, 해운대구, 사하구, 강서구, 수영구, 기장군, 울산, 중구, 남구, 동구, 북구, 전남, 여수시, 고흥군, 강진군, 무안군, 영광군, 경남, 사천시, 거제시, 고성군, 전북, 남원시, 임실군, 순창군. As of 4 p.m. on July the 2nd, 2025, a heatwave warning has been issued over 경남, 사천, 거제, 고성, 부산, 부산 동부, 부산 서부, eastern and western Busan, 울산, 울산 동부, 전남, 고흥, 여수, 강진, 무안, 영광, 전북, 임실, 순창, 남원 regions. When you go out with the elderly, those in physically weak conditions, patients and others at home, ask relatives or neighbors to look in on them and check in via phone and others. Children or people who live away from their parents should frequently call to check in with their parents. Drink a lot of water and do not drink caffeinated or alcoholic beverages. Avoid outdoor activities as much as possible. When you go out, wear light clothing, wide-brimmed hats, and make sure you have water bottles with you. For construction sites and others, you must abide by heatwave safety guidelines, water, shade and rest. Actively implement heatwave break time systems during the hottest times. When you are outside, or if you don't have air conditioners or cooling systems at home, go to nearby heat shelters during the hottest times to escape the heat. For livestock, keep the temperature from rising by ventilating, spraying water, keeping the appropriate number of livestock inside sheds. For farmed fish, monitor them consistently and supply them with plenty of oxygen. This was a message from the Ministry of the Interior and Safety. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. It is 5:30 in the afternoon. We're in the final moments of Quiz Master. I've given you plenty of hints about a particular subway station, and we've got lots of messages coming in. Lots of people seem to be congregating onto one answer. 만학도 영어님 saying, 그럼 부산역이 맞네요. And then Vuanim saying, darn it, it is Busan Station. You don't know yet. You don't know yet. Juliet님 saying 부산역이 정답이면 안 되는데. And Maratia님 is always 너무 어려워요 라고 했어요. So, all of these answers, what could be the correct one? We have 3865번님 saying 중동역. You know, I think that's the furthest station away from what everyone else has said today. But thank you for giving it a guess. The answer to today's quiz is 1호선 부산역입니다. Yeah, line 1 부산역. It was. There is apparently 대합실에서 나와서 왼쪽으로 가면 찾을 수 있대요. 10번 출구 for reviewer님. I had no idea. Ang PD found it for me. I was like, 10번이 없어요? Apparently there is. I guess you need to brush up on your pub trans knowledge, as you say. But it's pretty impressive nonetheless. Thanks for participating. All right, we got lots of people did come in with the correct answer, but there can only be one winner. And the winner of the pizza coupon is going to be 권정일님께 드리겠습니다. Congratulations on KakaoTalk, 권정일님. You get the pizza coupon of the day. Thank you for messaging. And thank you everyone for messaging in and giving it a guess. We have prizes every day, so make sure to participate again tomorrow for your chance to win a prize and have a bit of fun too. Okay. Now, it is 5:32 in the afternoon. Don't go anywhere because Melissa is in the building.
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is 5:33 in the afternoon. Joining me is, I guess, the queen of crazy situations. I'm trying to alliterate queen and crazy.
I like that.
Yeah.
The queen of crazy situations. I'll take it.
Q and C, but it sounds similar. So
Yes.
I say queen of crazy situations. It's Melissa. Hello.
Hello there.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I have to say, with the Busan quiz question, they recently expanded in the underground section.
In Busan역?
Yes, so if
Really?
you're going to Busan역 via subway, in that underground section, they made it longer in the direction towards Choryang.
Okay.
And so there is a bit of an underground shopping, kind of like between Nampodong and Jagalchi.
And that's a
Also,
recent thing?
Jungang.
Yeah.
Yes, they have. It doesn't stretch all the way to
Okay.
Choryang, but they do have an extension down there. So if you have a little extra time,
That's
you
really
want to,
interesting.
look at little shops, they do
And,
have some.
Our guest today is from the Ministry of Transportation, Melissa here, official with her badge.
I do love the subway.
The subways are pretty cool here.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest, if they extended the subways to just, you could walk underground the entire way, I would probably do that.
From
Sometimes I walk underground
end to
from
end.
like Jungang all the way to Jagalchiyuk because it's interesting.
How far is that?
Not very far.
Okay.
It's only 3 stops.
Okay, it's quite long, but if there are things to stimulate your eyes and to maybe buy.
There's so many things.
That's
things
great,
I
then.
never knew I needed. Camping chairs. I don't go camping really, but I mean the camping chairs, you never know.
You never know. And I keep camping chairs in my boot of my car, just in case I go to the beach and want to sit down.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah. I like
Okay.
that. Bits and bobs. Good
Bits
information.
and bobs, yes. This reminds me of the trunk sale? Instead of a flea market. No, the boot sale. The boot
car
sale.
boot sale.
Yes, I see pictures on social media of the car
Really?
boot sale, and I'm so jealous. I want to
You
go to
don't
a car
have that?
boot sale.
You have garage sales.
We
in
have
America,
garage
but that's in
sales.
your own home.
Yes, so you have to drive to the different homes
Yeah.
to see what each different family
Right.
is selling. But I presume at a car boot sale, this would be just in a gigantic parking lot. I don't know.
Well, it's in a giant field, so you take your
Okay.
cars and you just lay out a mat or tables and sell your junk. Or some new things.
Treasures.
Treasures.
One man's trash is another man's treasure, Nick.
That is true. They
Yeah?
have the best burgers and hot dogs at car boot sales.
Really?
They just taste so gross and dirty and fatty and like they just taste like processed food.
You're really selling it here. It tastes gross and dirty and greasy.
That car engine oil flavor that I like.
Yeah, delicious.
I shouldn't advertise it. Anyway, you're here for Ask Me Anything, which is where we go over a quite crazy situation that is relatable. You know, some people might have gone through similar things, and we look at options on how to solve it potentially.
Yes, because it doesn't matter if you're in Busan, Seoul, or another city across the world. People pretty much deal with similar problems. Listeners, we want you to decide what you would do in this situation. Send us your comments and let us know.
Yes, send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, cost you 101. A KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment. Weigh in. If you've been in a similar situation, let us know. Or if you want to tell us what you would do, then please feel free to tell us. Viewer discretion, I'm saying, ooh, engine oil flavor. Now, I'm not a good salesman. I used to sell things, but...
Are you?
Like...
Really?
Yeah, I did actually. When I say engine oil flavor, I don't mean it tastes like motor oil. What I mean is it's kind of just like gritty and like salty and peppery and just oily. Greasy, oily. That would have been a better word.
Okay. 기름맛.
You know, there's that big chicken brand around the world, you know.
Okay, yes.
Something FC. Like, I love that because it just tastes so salty and engine oily.
Really?
I don't know why I love it.
I think it doesn't taste that salty and engine oily.
You know, it has a different flavor in Korea.
It does. This is true.
Slightly sweeter in Korea. They changed the batter, which I'm not a fan of. You know, I like Korean chicken, but then I don't do it to that brand.
Yes.
But anyway, that's besides the point. So anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, we're talking about problems.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So here's the problem. This was a question that a man asked. Now this man, he's been married to his wife for 5 years. They do not have any children yet. He handles all the couple's finances, or 재정.
Okay.
He works a full-time job and also he runs his own business. 자영업 해요.
Okay.
So 2 jobs there. This husband, he is a minimalist. His wife has no job. So again, no kids yet. So she's just like stay-at-home wife currently. Since they got married, the couple they decided only the husband's working and then the wife will get an allowance or 영돈. The wife agreed to this kind of allowance system.
Okay, so that seems fair. The husband, just to summarize, the husband has 2 jobs. The wife doesn't work. 남편은 2 직업을 가지고 있고 이 아내는 일을 안 한다는 거죠. And no children to take care of either. 아이도 없고. And so she gets an allowance from her husband to, I assume, spend on what she wants, right? 이 아이도 없어서 남편한테 용돈을 받는 겁니다. I fail to see the issue.
Okay.
What's the issue?
Yes,
the wife wants more?
So far, there is no problem with the 영돈, the allowance system. The husband handles all the finances, the 재정. He handles all that alone, remember. Apparently, the husband's business, 자영업, it has been doing much better than expected. In fact, business is booming.
There we
nice.
go. I knew you'd say that.
The husband is now making 7 times more money. 7배 더 크다. And his wife has no idea.
Secret finances.
Yes.
We have Julian Lim saying 생활비를 받는 게 아니라 용돈을 받는다고요. So she's not getting like money for living. She's just getting pocket money to spend on what she wants.
Yes.
So I guess the 생활비 will be separate, like for food and for electricity. She gets her own portion just for whatever she wants.
Like fun money.
Fun money.
Yes, yes.
If only it was that simple.
He takes care of all the finances, so then the husband, he would be paying if they have a mortgage, gas, utilities, this kind of thing.
So that's really interesting. So the husband, his business is booming. It's doing very well. He's earning 7 times more than he was before. 이제 돈을 7배 더 벌고 있다는 거죠. But 와이프한테 비밀이죠.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I wonder why.
So at first, he didn't tell her because he's a saver. So saver, this is 저축하는 사람. And she is a spender, 돈 쓰는 사람. So
씀씀이 좀 해픈 사람.
right, different spending styles. So at first, he was worried she'd just go out and spend all the extra money that he'd made.
Yeah.
But now, time has passed. He's not sure how to explain why it took him so much time to tell her about his earning increase.
Yeah, I mean, a 7-fold wage increase over the 5-year marriage. That's over, I guess double each year, right? It's a lot of extra money that the wife doesn't know about. We had a message coming in. We had a Raration님 saying 요즘은 부부끼리 각자 통장 관리하는 경우가 종종 있는 것 같아요. So these days between couples, taking care of your own bank accounts is becoming more and more common. What's interesting is in the UK, I think the same in America too, it's very common to have a joint account.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
in Korea it doesn't exist.
It is with extreme difficulty. I heard it exists in theory.
You have to put it under one person's name and have 2 cards, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, something like that. The 부부 공동 계좌. These are
Okay.
so difficult to pronounce. Yes, this joint bank account here. I've seen it in theory. When I actually went to the bank and said, I want a joint account, I want 2 names on the account, they said, 어렵습니다.
There we go, flashback.
Flashbacks.
어렵죠.
Yes.
줄리아님 also said, 저도 남편이 수입을 비밀로 하시는 분 봤는데 사업하시고 많이 버시는 경우였어요. So Julia's husband also saw someone who's earning a lot, making a lot of money, keeping it a secret because they're earning a lot. I guess it comes down to your values, what values you have when you get married. 사람마다 이 개인적인 가치관이 있을 거 아니에요. So if, I don't know, for some people, you share your money, everything is
Everything is
together.
open.
Open. For others, you keep it to yourself. And there's no right or wrong, of course. But I guess you will see a lot of this in many countries around the world. Right?
Yes, right. And so in a relationship, most people know that infidelity with another person, another difficult word to translate, the infidelity, 불륜, it's bad for marriage, but it's possible to look at this concept more broadly as any way you cheat your partner. And so with that in mind, according to U.S. financial expert Dave Ramsey, he said this husband has committed what's called financial infidelity. So like 재정적인 불륜 or like 계정적인 거짓말, right? Financial infidelity. So he said it happens when one partner hides money, like this husband is doing, hides debt, like 대출, or they make big money decisions without the other partner.
I like that term, financial infidelity. 되게 부유적인 말인데요. 뭐 직역하면 I don't know how you would say that. Like what is it?
Yes.
경제적인 불륜, I guess, is kind of an economical infidelity, which is odd. By the way, Julia Nim, I know it's not your husband. I know your husband saw somebody who did that. Don't worry, Julia.
Yes.
I know your husband would never do anything like that. I'm sure he's a lovely husband. Don't worry. Okay, yeah, so this is interesting, this financial infidelity, hiding your financial status from your partner. It's almost like living 2 lives.
Right.
It's like an episode of Breaking Bad. Have you seen Breaking Bad?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I haven't watched the episode.
Okay.
Yes, I do like the message we have coming in from viewer discretion is advised, saying even if this husband is a saver and she's a spender, I still think it wouldn't be a good idea to talk about this change of income. And the reason there stating, what if his earnings drop? Because remember, this husband, it is Jang Young-up. Ja Young-up. This is his own business, so you do have to think about cash flow.
Yeah.
We could have, good years and bad years,
Yeah.
which is maybe why he didn't tell his wife
Fair enough.
at first. But still, we do have some advice.
Okay. All right, then.
Okay, so first of all, there's 2 tracks here. First of all, decide if you want to stay married or get divorced. All right, because if this husband, if he is setting money aside to be prepared for a divorce, which some people do, in that case, just get the divorce paperwork started. There's no point to tell your soon-to-be ex-wife about it. Because he said he did this because he is a saver, 저축하는 사람, and she's a spender, 돈 쓰는 사람. But if that wasn't true, if he's doing this for a different purpose, then...
So you think he's not just being financially infidelitous? Is that a word?
That's not a word. He's not just cheating financially.
He's cheating on
emotionally.
his wife?
Not necessarily, but you know, if he did have, this is if.
Yeah, but how do they? I didn't say. Wait, I forgot what I was going to say now. Daily Scotty says something interesting. I think at least they need to know how much they make regularly as a married couple, and also when it comes to taxes as well. She's not going to think, wait, why is suddenly so much money leave? Unless he's got a completely hidden bank for that.
He controls all the finances. Remember, in this relationship.
Is it a reason to get divorced?
Well, if there was a different reason we don't know about, and that's related to why he has all this money that he didn't tell her.
So
a lot of ifs.
All right, assuming that he is planning to leave and break up with his wife, there's no point telling her anyway, you'd say.
Yes.
어차피 이혼을 준비해서 돈을 I think that's right. Yeah. 이혼을 준비해서 돈을 따로 모은다면 곧 이혼할 아내에게 그걸 말할 필요 없다.
Yes.
Okay, so there's no point telling her if you're going to leave her anyway. Okay, I wonder what kind of marriage it was to get divorced over that. What's your second option?
Okay, second one, explain and apologize to the wife for this mistake of not sharing the financial information sooner. So just confess, apologize, and then ask her for help to make a new budget and financial goal together.
Oh.
So moving forward, 앞으로, you would be sharing the budget, sharing, the financial planning. Because right now, everything is the husband.
Okay.
So explain, apologize, do all future budgeting, financial planning together.
So 이제 인정하고 이제 앞으로 그냥 같이 하자. 더 이상 좀 비밀로 하지 않겠다라고 합니다. We had usually a lot of people have been saying like, oh, you should do it together, you should talk. And I'm of that mindset too. But on a different grain is 만학도 영어님 saying 부인이 돈을 많이 쓰는 사람이고 남편이 돈을 아끼는 사람이라면 미래를 위해서 늘어난 수입을 부인에게 이야기하지 않는 게 좋을 것 같습니다. 사업이 언제까지나 잘 될 건지 보장도 없고 어디 다른데 돈을 쓰는 것도 아니니까요. So he says, if she's a big spender and he's a big saver, for the sake of the future, not saying anything is good because no one knows how well his business will do well for. It could crash in a couple of years. And if she's going out spending all this money, it could ruin things. That's a very logical approach, I think.
That's true.
I like that. I like that perspective.
Because we don't know if the cash flow will continue.
We have a Rationim saying 배우자가 재산을 숨긴다는 의미는 뭐랄까 좀 충분한 대화를 해봐야 할 것 같아요. 상황에 따라서 이해하는 방식이 다를 것 같습니다. So really, there's got to be a reason for hiding his assets, like you said. Maybe he doesn't trust her. Maybe there's been some issue before. But talking and communicating is number one option, he says. I agree.
Yes.
Okay, what's your third option?
Third option. So this one, instead of just explain honestly and apologize, you can kind of avoid that a little bit. So instead, tell your wife the business is doing much better than you expected. Ask the wife to go to a financial planner together. And while at the financial planner's office, explain any business-related money concerns you have. So, for example, like needing cash reserves, the 현금 보유, what you might do if business goes bad, right? Bad economy, etc. Together with the planner and your wife, then make a financial cushion for the business, like 현금 보유 and emergency savings, so 비상금 or 기급 자금.
Okay.
For also your household, right? Business and household. And do that with the financial planner, right?
Okay.
With kind of this money intermediary, right? A money middle person. And then after that, this husband probably will need to let his wife spend more money as long as you're both tracking it. For example, agree on some budgeting app that you have on your phone, something
so really
like this.
Go to a financial planner and get him to kind of manage your money and convince her, I guess, not to spend money just because you're making a lot of money.
Yes.
Financial planner 한국말로는 뭐죠? 이 재정 설계사라고 하나요? 회계사랑 비슷한 그런 개념인데. 앙 PD, what do you call financial planner in England? Is it? I'm just writing it down. Okay. 재정 전문가. There you go. 재정 전문가. Someone who's good at that. Go to a 재정 전문가, talk about the issue, and then get them to say to you and your wife, hey, just because you're earning a lot of money, you know, 그냥 막 쓰지 마세요. 잘 저축하시고, yeah, blah. I think I'd make a good financial planner. Okay, so these are three options that you could go for. Now, we have basically come to the end of the story. Do you have one account? Is there an internet account for today, or we don't have an internet story?
So this one, I mean, this...
재무 설계사.
This,
재무 설계사. You made me read the wrong thing, Anki.
Yes,
okay.
so this was actually, it came from a different source. So this was someone who was asking American financial expert Dave Ramsey about this. But this is a common problem throughout the world, right? A lot of stories of people in Korea that I personally have heard, a lot of secret bank accounts out there. And I heard number one reason for this is like 비상금, emergency savings.
비상금.
Yes. Many people, they just openly told me, well, in case I get a divorce, they're happily married.
It's not like there's a fire if you have a divorce.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
See, for me, I have like my emergency earthquake box, my emergency fire box, and these people, they got, you know, the divorce account.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's not just a Korean thing.
Okay.
미국에서 people get a prenup, right?
Heard about that.
Prenuptial agreement. It's like a contract.
I heard about that in a Kanye West song. Yeah.
Okay.
She went and got prenup for your money. It was the song Gold Digger.
Okay.
A long time ago.
Nice source. Yes.
Hey, I don't know American culture apart from Simpsons and a bit Kanye West, I guess.
Yes, right.
Interesting stuff. And I guess, at the end of the day, it really does depend on what as a couple, your values are on sharing money. So there is no right or wrong. But it's interesting to hear a lot of different opinions. So thank you, everyone, for participating and sending us what you think. Melissa, thank you so much. Really enjoyable. It made me think about my finances too.
Yes.
And,
don't keep money secrets unless you've got a really good reason.
There you go. Or you're making 7 times more than usual. All right. I'll see you next week, Melissa.
Yes, we'll see you next week.
All right, everyone. The time is now 5:54 in the afternoon. I don't know why it took me so long to say that, but it's been a great day. Hump Day is over. Tomorrow's Thursday. Come join me for some more great stuff. Today's show was produced by Chung Yuna, written by Hong Young-hwa. I've been your host, Nick. Our final song is going to be Don't Hate Me by Epic High. I'll see you tomorrow.
치면 돼, baby. 온 세상이한테 그런 내가 웃는 이유. Oh, oh, oh. 난 너만 내 편이면 돼. 1, 2, 3,
나만 달달달 볶아 실수도 잘못처럼 세상 모두가 입에 망치 때려 날 모처럼 구멍투성인 맘 눈물만 새 웃으면 안 돼 난 왜
사람 싫어하는데 무슨 이유가 있냐고
내가 싫을 땐 왜
수천 수만 가지냐고 전부 내 탓이라고 소리치네 내 입을 막는 골키퍼스 골 보기 싫대
나만 싫어해 다 나만 미워해 다 손가락질해 네가 없으면 난 미칠 것 같아
Everybody hates me but you love me and I love you Oh 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 난 너만 손뼉치면 돼 Baby 온 세상이 핫해 그런 내가 웃는 이유 Oh 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 난 너만 내 편이면 내 팬이면 돼
나는 쥐구멍에 비친 단 하나의 별 것 슬픔 나누고는 쉽지만 다 나의 것
넌 그냥 웃어
주기만 하고 숨어 세상 가장 큰 방패 뒤에 머물러 행복만 품어
이런 비호감 공공의 적이 나와
숨만 쉬면 논란
공공의 껌이 나와 도마 위에서 춤을 추며 즐기는 너 취향 하나 참 죽이는 너
나만 뭐라 해 살로 겨냥해 사라지길 바래 네가 없으면 난 죽을 것 같아
Everybody hates me but you love